I'm in Coronado, just across from San Diego this morning, and I wanted to share with you answers to a couple of questions that people had sent in. The first two questions that I got were, how would you solve the massive mistake that Mercedes made, and what would you do if you were Michaels Craft Stores to actually secure the customer like me to spend more money in their stores more often? So I'm going to answer those two questions. But first, a lot of people wanted to see my art that I created after I went to Michaels Craft Stores, and here it is. What do you think? It's hangable. So let's dive into the Mercedes question first. How would I, if I was Mercedes, try to capture me as a new customer? Well, the key here is to actually understand the moment of inspiration and really remove the friction from the experience. Remember, they just sent me a letter from their leasing department inviting me to return my car. Now, this sounds like a lot of work. If they had simply said, make an appointment with us to come in and we'll check your car and do the inspection, but we'll also show you two other vehicles that we could replace on the spot with the current car you have, drive off the lot with the exact same payment, and not a worry in the world. Removing friction is one of the easiest ways to maintain a wonderful loyalty loop experience and drive me into the new moment of inspiration. So that's how I would have solved the massive mistake that Mercedes made. Let me be really clear, that is not the only way. How would you have solved the massive mistake that Mercedes made? The other question I got was all about the Michaels Craft Store visit. And you wanted to know how I would have found people just like me so that I could capitalize on that $800,000 in 6 projects, over 2% of the 40 million Americans that move every year. Well, the key here is to actually use somebody else's loyalty loop. Having just moved myself, I'm keenly aware of the loyalty loop process for moving. The U.S. Postal Service requires that you fill out a change of address form if you want to get your mail in the new place. So most people that move actually do this. This is a perfect loyalty loop to capitalize on. So if I was Michaels, what would I do? Well, I'd buy that list of the 40 million Americans that move every year. I'd cut it and slice it and dice it to find the people that are most likely to purchase the products at Michaels to create some craft art for their walls, and I'd send them a mailer, yes, a print mailer, right to their house, and invite them to come into the store to take a class to create some artwork they'd actually hang on their walls. As part of that loyalty loop experience, I'd also invite them to come back next week to do another piece of artwork for another wall. So that's how I'd solve those two brand problems. How would you solve them is the real question. I hope you're enjoying the loyalty loop. I love and welcome your questions. Please send them. And I hope you enjoyed this bonus video just for you, those of you in my loyalty loop. See you next time on The Loyalty Loop.